When I got off the bus, a transit cop at the Port Authority told me about a cheap place to live. What he didn't tell me was that the place would screw my life up even more. Called the Blackburn, it was the ugliest building I'd ever laid eyes on. A 5-floor walk-up on the Bowery, the only flophouse left in New York City. It was a place for losers, one step away from sleeping on the streets. Outside, the Blackburn was painted brown. Inside, the smelly lobby was littered with threadbare and mismatching chairs, and dark yellow, smoke-stained curtains draped from ceiling to floor. Everything in the Blackburn seemed old, in need of repair, especially the people. My room was made with plywood walls that were painted a high-gloss battleship gray. It was a 4-foot by 6-foot cubicle with a narrow bed, a pancake pillow, 2 hooks on the wall, and a locker. I had one window in my room blackened with tar paper and sealed shut with nails. Cockroaches and rats ran up and down the hallway beneath a naked bulb hanging from the open ceiling that was covered with chicken wire. After unloading from my backpack, my pen, paper, and a worn copy of On the Road, and a bag of potato chips, it didn't take long for me to make friends because everybody liked to hear themselves talk. But more than anything else, they were lonely. On one side of me was Carl Clackman, a legendary and broke movie producer. He claimed to have coined the phrase blockbuster. I wouldn't have guessed that it was the 21st century, because nobody in the Blackburn except Carl had a phone or a computer. He was always on his phone, angling to find financing for his film. Partially deaf, he was an old man with a young man's voice, shouting at the top of his lungs, "Get me a script with a wizard! Or vampires! I need big box office, baby! Big baby!" Across the hall was a writer, Roy the umpire. He told me that all of his novels explored man's futile search for himself. I had to look up the definition of futile in the dictionary. Roy was unshaven, had sad blue eyes, and wore rumpled and faded short-sleeve button-down shirts with a ballpoint pen in the breast pocket. He kept an unlit cigar stuck in the side of his mouth. He still wrote on a typewriter saying, "Banging away on a steel box with keys is my way of honoring the literary gods." Next to him was Pudding. She was my age and beautiful, with a body that was harder than Chinese arithmetic. She had coffee with creme-colored skin. She was from D.C. and was the only girl staying in the Blackburn. She had a pet tarantula named Cheney. If she got mad at somebody, she would say to them, "I'm gonna make Cheney bite you, motherfucker!" Pudding never slept. She was always in the lobby or hallway or walking the street in tight skirts, waiting for somebody to show up.